Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the best advice I have ever gotten about social media as a therapist. If you are someone who has wanted to do some form of social media on the side, I would highly recommend watching this video the whole way through, because while I identify as a therapist more than an influencer, I do make money online and I see a lot of value in having an online presence as a therapist. And a little fun fact about me is I actually used to really judge therapists who were influencers, because I thought to myself, like, why are you even doing that? We work so hard to get our master's degree. It just seemed very like surface level and kind of, I don't know, I just didn't take it seriously. But ironically, now I have this YouTube channel and it has enabled me to do so many things that are on my heart and that are just passions of mine outside of just one-to-one therapy. So I think the reason therapists are so drawn to social media and passive income and things like that is because we are paid really, really poorly. So obviously, everyone is looking for other ways to make money, which makes perfect sense. I know for me, I started my channel as soon as I got pregnant with my first son because I knew I was not going to be able to keep up with my clients to the same degree, and I was going to take maternity leaves, and now I'm on an extended maternity leave, so I'm not doing talk therapy right now. So let me introduce myself if you are new here. Hello, my name is Allyssa Powers, and I created this YouTube channel to teach you the things that grad school didn't so you can thrive in the mental health field. Please subscribe if you are a therapist or you are therapy curious. Okay, I really feel like this topic of social media and influencing falls under my tagline perfectly, because you are not taught anything about social media as a therapist in grad school, even just like how to exist as a person who uses social media as a therapist, because clients will look you up, will friend request you, etc. That is not what this video is about, but I just think like we're kind of in the wild west of navigating what this can look like ethically for therapists. And I don't think that there are really any huge ethical dilemmas. Obviously, you're not going to be claiming to be anyone's therapist online, but what I see working really well for therapists online, and I will say, I might be a little bit biased, but I think therapists are really great marketers, business people, and influencers because we are good at creating authentic connections with people. Just as therapists, we know how to communicate well, we know how to have empathy and understanding, and we know how to listen to the people who we are talking to. And so I think that lends really well into social media. And let me just cut to the chase. The best advice I have ever been given about social media is that you have to choose a social media platform that you love and can be consistent on, because consistency is key for therapy influencers. Because guess what? We're probably not going to be putting out any videos or, blogs or whatever that are going to go super viral, because we are not posting content that is rage baity, clickbaity, etc., right? Like the mental health topics are probably not the topics that are going to go viral on TikTok. While videos can do really, really well and people do become well known in the therapy influencing space, I think it all comes down to choosing a platform that you can be consistent on. So for me, when I was thinking about doing this, I never considered like wanting to be on TikTok or wanting to be on Instagram. I really just knew like YouTube is where I hang out. I don't even have other platforms on my phone. Right now, I have YouTube and Pinterest and my email. Like those are the ways that I communicate and entertain myself on my phone. So I am not big into those like really short form kinds of content platforms, but I don't think that those are at all a bad thing. I think you have to choose a platform that you can be consistent on, because that is really the only key to being successful on social media, is posting again and again and again, and eventually something will catch on. So like, you need to be able to stick with it. Of course, when I first posted my very first YouTube videos, like no one was subscribed, no one was commenting. I've never had a video go super viral, but I have just slowly been able to make evergreen content that people find, and then they subscribe and they stick around. And it's so fun to create community online. And it has really enabled me to just do other things that I'm passionate about, because I really care about helping people navigate private practice. And of course, my big dream is to have my private practice lab CE course come out in 2026, where I'm helping people navigate that. And this community will be, updated on when that comes about. I also have an email list it actually hit 200 people today, which is really exciting. I told myself when I reach 100, I will start sending emails. And then that happened really quick. So I was like, when I reach 200 people, I'll start sending the emails out. So I need to get on that. But let me tell you, these two babies are keeping me so busy. So hopefully this was concise and you can think to yourself, like, where do you want to hang out? What kind of content do you like? Short form, long form? There's more and more options. Like you could write on Substack now. That's another form of long form content. Podcasting, that's long form content. Obviously there's Instagram, there's TikTok, even things on Pinterest. Like if you have a blog and then you learn how to make pins on Pinterest that like people repin and go to the website, like you can have a full-fledged blog that makes money. There's just so many opportunities to make money online. And I hate that we need these like side hustles as therapists because we're paid so poorly. But in my case, it really has been just a huge blessing and very fun. And I really have enjoyed it. So hopefully this helps. Let me know below if you are thinking about having a social media presence, where you would do that, and what kind of content you would want to provide. Would you want to make content for other therapists? Would you want to make content more catered towards clients? I'm so curious. So let me know below and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.